Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching eISL powered by Coca-Cola. We are in day number 5, and we already had our first game, of course, break out. And Chennai and FC, they still are on top of the leaderboards, ensuring a clean victory this time around as well. But now we are going to be heading into the second matchup for the evening, which is going to be an absolute cracker, like we said. So let's take a look at the schedule and find for ourselves. There we go. Bengaluru FC going up against FC Goa.
Yeah, well, it's going to be, I think, hopefully a closer game than the last one. Chennai and FC right now looking like they're running away with it. I think at some point the remaining players will gang up or wo thoda, going to try to sprain their fingers and thumbs or something like that. Prick their thumbs with needles to get them to be less skilled because they've been phenomenal. But this game I expect it to be a very, very close encounter.
Oh, this definitely will be. We're talking about the lineups that are playing. We've got the first matchup, of course, between Warsi, going up against Afnan. That is definitely going to be a banger because considering Warsi's last matchup against Naveen, which was a little bit rough because he was in for a beating. I'm pretty sure the boys are really determined. They want to get a win. But before we head into the match, let's see what the guys have to tell about their teams and what they're looking for in this tournament in an exclusive footage that we have for you guys.
My name is Shagnik Banerjee. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Kolkata.
I am Amanuddin. I am 20 years old. I am from Dehradun,
I'll be representing.
Bengaluru FC.
Obviously, I love the game like everyone loves football, right?
It started like every other game out there.
That's where the passion comes from.
Some of our friends told me you play really well and you should go out and try in a tournament, and it all started from there.
Bengaluru FC has always been one of my favorite clubs in the ISL. They have Sunil Chhetri, who is probably India's greatest player of all time.
And I think they're the favorites to win this year as well.
Yeah, I'm really confident. I think I'm going to win.
Look out for us.
My name is Vanshad Sharma. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Mumbai City.
Hi, my name is Afnan Amin Khan. I'm 18 years old from Bhopal and I'm representing
FC Goa. FC Goa is famous for its beaches and it has some excellent players in their football team.
We're one of the best teams in ISL. The fans are amazing and I'm looking forward to representing it.
I'm a passionate and a competitive FIFA player that has been playing since 2018.
I love playing it in the free time. Even when I'm doing something, I just want to grab my controller and play FIFA.
I play football in real life and I hope I can give the game what it's given me.
Keep loving us, keep supporting us.
Me and my teammate will give an excellent performance representing FC Goa.
And there you have it, right? FC Goa. We've seen now V Sharma playing really good. Again, being one of the greats of the FIFA community that we do have, and he's definitely gonna, have that aura around Afnan. And Afnan is definitely improving by the day. And but it's still gonna be a really interesting matchup because again, FC Goa and Bengaluru FC, both these teams, they are so evenly matched up that it is really difficult to say who's got the ball in their court. And I think the first game is going to be so crucial. Warsi going against Afnan, and this is where Azim I would require expertise over it. Who do you think can edge past this?
I mean, Varsi and Afnan both have had, difficult starts, you could say. I mean, not the start. Varsi's second game was a bit tough for him. Afnan has only had the one game so far, and he lost that 6-1. Just had a very, very bad day at the office over there. He did tell me that he was feeling very nervous, and he said his exact words were "next game clutch." So I'm expecting big things from Afnan today as well. I think we're ready to kick off. We have kicked off, and before we talk about the next game, which is also very exciting, let's focus on this one.
Oh yeah, and of course, I mean there you have it. So Warsi going against Afnan. Afnan was a little bit nervous, but this time he definitely was not feeling the butterflies in his stomach. And well, FC Goa they've started off pretty neat, and I do not see a lot of change in formation though. But the color of ball is definitely looking different.
Yeah, new ball color, just adding a little bit of variety to our commentary as well. And let's see what he's doing. Afnan looking very confident on the ball today. Far cry from what we saw in his last game. And I think he's been having a bit of a word in his ear from V Sharma as well. His defense is where he's needed a little bit of work. Let's see if he's been putting that work in. Because we do know that he's a very strong player. As we see, just in the keeper somehow saved there. That is impossibly long leg of Marquinhos over there getting in the way, and just showing the threat that Varsi poses there on the counter attack, because it's been all Afnan so far, and but on the counter attack looking very clinical.
Yeah, and Afnan, after his stint against Akash, he was absolutely obliterated again. Akash getting those six goals over there, and after that, I think he's got to learn his own lessons, right? But he's holding off for now. That was a cheeky little save, but again, giving the ball away like this is something
Yeah.
that you should not be doing.
Yeah, and Varsi is relying. Oh my goodness, that was a
What
bit
was?
of a glitch in the game. I think Ronaldo started celebrating before the goal had happened. But the goal may happen right now. No, well done. I think he went for a timed finish over there and got it completely wrong. And yeah, very, very end to end right now. Varsi looking to play more on the counter attack. Afnan is taking his time, trying to build up the game nicely. And yeah, both look. I mean, a little bit suspect at the back. I think maybe Varsi is a little bit more organized, but Afnan more of the possession, and this could be a chance if he can work the opening. Nope, well defended again, and yeah, very very close. It's gullet on gullet action over there, and he is using. I think we do see the FC Goa boys prefer using Lothar Matthäus in midfield, and here these are those one-on-one battles. Can you outfox your defender? Can you go left and he goes right? That's what you're waiting to happen. And Afnan very patient on the ball. He's worked the opening, but just over hits the pass. And now on the counter attack, Varsi will be looking for that ball in behind immediately, and doesn't find it. So this time decides to slow the play down.
I think Warsi has been looking really explosive with all the chances that he's created so far, and this could be one more. He's getting the numbers up, and we can see all these players coming in. So he's going to be buying all those time, creating that room and space, and there you have it, a good chance. But there you go,
Well
Afnan looking
defended.
so confident on his defense over here. I think this is going to be really close. I can
Yeah,
smell it.
this. I mean, you can't really call this game either way. I expect the way it's looking that maybe one goal could be the difference in this game. Um, let's see. Again, they're very, very similarly laid out. Afnan also, I think, a little apprehensive about going too gung ho at the beginning. He wants to be patient, wants to build up nicely, and we see a few tricks that didn't work out well for him, and well, worked out well enough for him because the tackle turned into a clearance. It's very annoying when that happens as a player. Because you think you've won the ball and then suddenly the game thinks otherwise. Let's see now, Eusebio. He's finally found that little bit of opening, but nobody in the box, as you see. Only that Pele at the edge of the box. Now Ronaldo with the ball, and now again it's one on one. Can he work the opening?
Oh,
Nope. Both defenses looking reasonably solid over here. Varsi will look for that ball in behind again. There you go. He's gone. Maybe offside this time. Nope. He's timed it perfectly. And yeah, this is where Varsi is just so dangerous. He doesn't want to allow Afnan time to settle on his defense. And very, very, very cagey right now. No clear chances as of yet. And okay, that's a bad giveaway. Didn't capitalize on it. Very, very tricky. I'm feeling nervous watching this on behalf of these guys, and that's offside.
yeah, sometimes I'm starting to ponder, are these players overthinking? Because the choice of dribbles, the choice of skill moves, I really feel could be better, where they could keep things really simple. At the end moment, you're seeing them trying to do a little bit too much, and then it's all about things just spreading all over the place, right? It's falling apart. But again, another built up this time by Afnan's side.
In the
But there you
corner.
go, goes for a corner.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I have been noticing if you look at the stamina bar for FC Goa down below, you do see all the players right now for Afnan have very, very low stamina. So it does look that maybe he's trying to do a very, very aggressive high press, almost a constant press.
Look
And
at
now
this.
it looks like this could be a goal. No, he puts it wide.
Oh,
But you know, this stamina thing could come back to bite Afnan later in the game because he's expended a lot of energy from his players. Look at that, less than half for almost every single player on the pitch. He's going very aggressive in that first half, but he will need to, tone it down at some point later as the game progresses because you can only substitute 3 players and all 11 are going to be tired at this rate.
yeah, I mean, look at the players in comparison to Varsi. He's taking time. He's building things up. Whereas Afnan, he just looks like a bomb right now. He's
Yeah.
sticking. He's explosive. He's getting that energy. But the worst part is he hasn't got any output from it. He hasn't achieved any objective. He hasn't scored any goals. He hasn't been able to create some clean chances. Right. I think there was just that one with Pele over there, and it was again overextended, and taking keeping the ball for long duration did hurt him a little
Yeah.
bit. But again, the halftime ending up nothing breaking the ice between these two lads. But I'm pretty sure V Sharma would have figured out the discrepancy in their stamina level, so he's gonna get those substitutes in. But apart from that, Azim, what do you think that either of those players need to do to finally get a breakthrough?
I think again, as you said, they're overthinking a lot of what they're doing, and in fairness, both of them are defending very, very well. I think for them, defense would have been a focus after the big defeats that they've suffered recently, and they're doing a pretty good job organizing the defense. But I still do worry a little bit if he continues to use this high press in the second half, that maybe this will come back to bite him as we reach the 75 or 80 minute mark. So let's see what he does. The substitutions will be very key. You look at his players, like for instance Pele, who's his main striker, has 1/3 of his stamina right now, which could be a huge factor, particularly if he's trying to counter attack.
Yeah, he's been making so many sprint runs, and that all that happened right off the start, right? He wanted to create
Yeah.
chances, and this is props to Varsi. He was really quick in understanding what the opponent was trying to do. But there you have Afnan still somehow trying to
Yeah.
create chances for himself. Has the
Yeah, he
ball.
is using constant pressure all the time, and that'll work till 70 minutes. But after that, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Yes, I think he's got to have a plan B. Once the players get tired, what is he gonna do? He's trying to score. He's trying to get in, but Varsi ever so vigilant. He's not letting that happen. And if this goes past through, you've got Ronaldo over there waiting, and he's got a
Yeah,
bit too
and yeah,
far. And
yeah,
uh,
overplayed that for sure. But yeah, in the next, oh, he's given that straight back to his opponent. Got a bit lucky with the rebound. I don't think Varsi was expecting the ball to come to him in that instant. And now again, I mean, I keep harping on about this, but I am getting very concerned looking at that stamina bar because there's going to reach a point where these players won't even be able to win a tackle if it continues at this rate. So lots to think about for the FC Goa boys.
Oh, definitely. And at this point, both these teams, they're still just trying out to break the deadlock. And that doesn't seem to happen. But like you said, we're waiting for that 60 to 70 minutes marker where the players they're gonna start getting exhausted, and that is where I think that is the opportunity that Warsi has been waiting for so long. Because look at his player stamina. It hasn't been expended at all. It seems. The players,
Yeah,
he's taking his own time to build his attacks. We haven't seen that explosive surge from him. But take
yeah.
a look at Afnan. On the contrary, he's got so many players up ahead. But the factor that he's not getting the opening, it's a little bit hurting me.
Yeah, although that was the opening right there. Unfortunately, he second guessed himself and turned away from the space. That was the chance that he had, and I think he'll be kicking himself. And now, with each attack, it's going to get more and more difficult for FC Goa to defend this, unless he decides to make a couple of substitutions very, very soon, particularly in the key areas of defensive midfield and in his fullback area.
Yeah,
Again,
but
you see that pressure, always winning it back immediately, very effective for now, but we'll start to see that dropping off maybe in the next 10 in-game minutes.
Yeah, and that is where I think Watsi needs to understand. Watsi has to capitalize, maybe reply with an really attacking, football of his own, and get the job done. But for what we have right now in front of us, we've got Bengaluru FC and FC Goa both tied up in terms of the scores. I think this has to be the longest before any goal has been scored in the
Yeah,
eISL, right? Almost 70 minutes passed by, and still
yeah.
nothing dividing these two players.
Yeah, and now it's one-on-one defending. This can get. Oh, I think that's a chance. That should be. Oh, that's well saved. Got away with that over there, Afnan, and I think he really needs to make some substitutions now. And if I was Varsi in this moment, I would be hanging on to the ball, passing it around, and making him run even more, because the more energy he expends, the easier it will be to create those chances in the final minutes. And from a Bengaluru FC point of view, that should be the strategy. Just keep the ball as much as you can, let him expend the energy, and once the players are completely dead by the end of the game, that's when you launch your attack, because it'd be very, very difficult to defend it.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully pointed, Nazim. But this is again one of those things, right? We need to have telepathy to, sort of impart it to those players. But I hope
Yeah,
they have read it well, because either of them, if they're gonna win it out, and this is definitely gonna be one of our
yeah.
questions that we're gonna ask them. Was that intentional, or did he just realize that later on? But
No, he's
finally,
definitely made that change. He's changed his midfield around to get more energy. And oh, that's what's happening here? Oh my goodness, it's complete pinball in
ah.
the box. I have no idea what's going on. And now with the fresh legs of Ginola, and I think he's brought on Cruyff as well. He's going to get Roberto Carlos to go on the charge. But look at that, the stamina meter already red by the time he's not even reached the box. And now with Ronaldo and Eusebio, he has the opportunity, doesn't take it. Now it's all about that one-on-one battle. Can he do it? He's found the space for Ginola. This could be the option. Yes, this is the opening.
Oh!
It's an own goal.
Woo!
It's an own goal for Varsi. That is so unfortunate. But that that game plan has come out to perfection, as we see Ginola, who has looks strikingly similar to V Sharma, who's sitting next to Afnan. And yeah, that's worked out absolutely perfectly for the FC Goa boys. And now it's time, and you can see V Sharma telling him that now it's time to just sit back, drop your defense a little bit deep, get compact, and just keep the ball, drive it into those channels, keep the ball in the corner. Don't try to score. That's all you need to get the win.
Oh boy, this is so bad. This is so disheartening. Aye, aye, aye. I mean, he was so close. He was doing everything right, and I think this was his moment to shine. And even he is shattered. He can't believe himself. And it was purely unintentional, right? This is a moment where you cannot tend to control. But I believe we've got some ultra attacking being
Yeah, he's
deployed
going
by
full attack.
Warsi.
There's going to be nobody on defense, so Afnan could potentially be looking at a good counter-attacking opportunity. But well, if his players, he does have a fresh Johan Cruyff and Vieira and I believe Ginola in midfield, so he should be able to have enough energy to defend. But let's see what he can do.
Yeah, this is a good
And now
opening.
played straight in, well defended there. And now on the count. Oh my God, he's passed it straight back. He's passed it straight back. That's a huge error. That is a huge error from
Oh.
Afnan. He will be kicking himself for that. And oh my goodness, all the hard work of this game has boiled down to an own goal and one cheap back pass. And now Afnan, is he going to settle for the draw, or is he going to keep attacking and try to win this game outright? He does have enough time to get the win. So let's see. But his as you can see, his defenders Maldini and Marquinhos running on fumes right now. So if I was Varsi, I get that ball and I just play a long ball in behind them, because within a few seconds they're going to be out of steam.
Yep. And I really can't believe my eyes for what I'm just witnessing over here, Azim, because one goal, an own goal, the second one, basically an own goal, as he
Yeah,
just gave it away, right? That pass, these are those little mistakes that you tend to commit when you are playing in LAN, because at any other day
Oh,
would
he's
not
in
have been
this.
the
This could be a goal.
same.
Oh,
Oh.
that is incredible cover over there, using up the last bit of his energy to get back and make. And now he needs to make sure he obviously doesn't give the ball back to Varsi. So a very very tight, very nervy encounter. You can see these boys both still feeling a bit of a pressure, a bit of the nerves. He has the through ball over there. He's found Eusebio. Now it's about decision making. Can he make it count? This is basically the last attack of the game. He needs to take his time with it, getting hounded over there by you can see the Eusebio's stamina counter completely in red, which magically regenerates with the throw. And now it's about finding that last attack. It's not going to happen. It is going to end as a 1-all draw, and very nervy encounter. Both guys will feel very hard done by, but at that same level, I think both of them will find that it was a fair result.
Yeah, and this is it. Again, we are at the same pedestal, which sort of leads to our final showdown. I'm calling this final because it's 1v1. It's personal, and this is going to be so exciting because two of the greatest FIFA players that India has produced are going to be going up against each other. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, one each apiece for Warsi and Afnan, and both these goals. Well, not the kind of a scoring that we were really expecting, the kind of events that did occur. And in these close, intense matches are where we see goals like this, right? Of course,
Yeah.
that was a giveaway from Afnan. He did everything right, despite barring the fact that he was on tremendous disadvantage. He somehow, he managed to keep himself up.
Yeah, I mean, it was Varsik just kept himself in the game. I mean, that's all he needed to do. And unfortunately, that mistake from Afnan, I think he'll be kicking himself for that. It would have been a really good result for him to get that victory, keep a clean sheet after conceding six goals in his previous match. But still, everything to play for. We know for sure now that this game is going to go down to the last match. So more exciting for the viewers and more exciting for us as well in commentary.
I mean, yeah, that is there. Nothing taken away, but you know, it hurts me. I really wanted to see a good conclusion to this because Warsi, Afnan, we know these are both fantastic players. They've been playing in the circuit for relatively quite some time. Warsi having that online LAN experience and taking a look at the highlights. A lot of chances were created, but again, we've got to point out a few things over here. I really felt both these players were just thinking too much. This is where you need to get the vintage natural instinct over here. Had that been there, had they just been relieved of the pressure, I think they could have done way better than what they did today.
Yeah. And in fairness, that the before the own goal happened, I think Afnan worked that opportunity really well. And this was just inexplicable. How can you make that pass? Oh my God! And a guy who's playing in the eISL, if you give him that kind of opportunity, he's obviously going to punish you. So Afnan, of course, one of the youngest boys in this tournament, he's going to learn from that mistake. He's going to definitely not do that again. Think three times before making a back pass. And yeah, now to that blockbuster game, Sagnik versus V Sharma. It's going to be. I think this is also going to be a very tense affair and a very close game. Hopefully, some more goals for us to watch and a few less mistakes leading to goals. But it's definitely going to be a cracker.
Oh yeah, of course. Both these players have sort of a really interesting play style. V Sharma, we've seen him. He's got that attacking mentality, and Sarnik, he's no far behind, right? They like to play. They like to keep things a little bit simple. Do not try a lot of shenanigans like the greats like Charanjot or maybe Saranj opt for, right? And yeah, we haven't seen those skill moves on galore by Saranjan yet. So I'm pretty sure they've been hiding a lot of things from us. I mean, they're not going to be revealing. Maybe because I think this is one of those theories, right? They know they're the best team right now inside the league. They are not favorites unless and until hell breaks loose. I don't think anything is there to stop them from winning the eISL, and they're going to be potential opponents. So is that
Oh
is
yeah,
that
for sure.
why Saransh is not practicing around with Naveed quite often?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to give away too much, but I think very early to think
Yes.
about who's going to win this or not. I mean, FC Goa have won 1 out of 1 so far. We'll
Yeah.
forget that because despite Afnan losing so heavily, they did make a very good comeback, particularly in the co-op game, and that's where it they did it when it really mattered. So Afnan will feel okay. I mean, obviously the disappointment of knowing that it was his mistake that gave away that goal. I think after the level of defeat he had suffered the last time, a draw is a good improvement. To concede only one goal and that too from his own mistake, it shows that he's been working on tightening up his defense as well. And Varsi will be feeling good as well. I think both of them won't be very disappointed with that result because now it's everything to play for. Now it's the the senior members of the team, so to speak, who are having a go at each other. And yeah, can't wait for this one to kick off.
Yeah, and if we talk about FC Goa's position right now, I think they're in a better place because if you remember the last encounter with the players of Jamshedpur FC, the one that they went in clutch, Afnan did lose the first game, and that was pretty miserably, right? 6-1 was the scoreline, and Akash, he's been you know always outdoing himself the way he's been playing even yesterday up against Kerala Blasters FC. Jamshedpur, they've been looking in really good shape. Of course, they did, however, lose to these lads of FC Goa in that co-op battle, right? So co-op is definitely one of the stronger aspects for the boys from FC Goa. So V Sharma and Afnan, they've got to work it out together. And we've seen, Afnan being really confident in those co-op battles when V Sharma is in the battle field with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does need V Sharma obviously tends to take the lead in that situation where he's the guy who, and he did tell us this in the interview as well, that he's the guy who takes the lead on what's going to be happening. He calls the shots in terms of tactics and how the movement is going to be and everything. And Afnan seems happy to play like be that foil to him, almost play second fiddle and just be there in the right place to finish the move off. Both these players, though, Visharma and Sagnik, they enjoy keeping possession. We do see a few flicks and tricks from them as well. Very evenly matched. So let's see what's going to happen here.
No, right now, yeah. Of course, this is a part where Bengaluru FC, the boys, they're gonna be thinking, yeah, we could have done a lot of things better, and I maybe have overthought in those situations. A lot of things to ask both these teams, right? After the first showdown, it sort of leads us to the next one, right? And the way things have opened up. I mean, still nothing broken. Both these lads have ended up with a tie, one each. A piece point has been granted, but the next two games they're going to be so crucial. And over here, Azim, I'm not going to be surprised if this entire tie ends in a draw because these players
Yeah.
are so evenly matched up in terms of their skills, in terms of the experience that we have, that it is always going to come down to who makes the least mistakes. And that was exactly the factor that gave us the sort of an equalized gameplay that we did have in the first game, where both the teams did make their mistakes and they were punished for that. Apart from that, the defense had been flawless. They had been looking so good.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have defended really well. And now I think we're going to see a much more attacking game from both of these two boys. They both enjoy keeping possession of the ball. They both we've seen them score. Both of them have scored a reasonable amount of goals. I think V Sharma scored three when he was playing against Jamshedpur, and Sagnik has also had a couple of games where he scored four as well. So yeah, they're looking good, and they're looking reasonably chilled out. A little bit of banter happening across the table is always good to see. And maybe they're asking कि अच्छा what your tactics going to be बता दे, and just a
यहीं पे
little bit
बता
of
दो.
banter over there. हाँ बस बता दे, and he'll also say yeah that maybe I think as a joke they might have said कि yeah, we're just going to keep constant pressure and drain all our players' stamina. And these guys would have been laughing thinking about it. But very bold tactic in that game, I have to say, because very rare that you see people playing with such a high pressing intensity. It does make it a bit more difficult for the opposition when you do that.
Yeah.
And we could see that Varsi did not have that much time, that much space to build the attacks that the way he wants to usually.
So this is where I really thought Varsi could have figured that one out, or maybe Shagnik could have passed on that information that his players are looking exhausted, and like you said, Varsi could have played the ball a little bit, tried to exhaust his players even more, and then when he realizes he's gonna see those red bars, and that is where he could have gone in for the kill, right? But
Yeah.
that was not really the case. So a few speculations of whether the boys did see this one coming, because that would have been the go-through strat, right? Because the professional players, as they are, they would have definitely figured it out. But the part that really bugs me over here is that they did not capitalize on it. They could have done so many things. They could have absolutely frustrated Afnan over there. But again, props to this mad lad. He held himself. He made the right substitution. Going in for a change in the midfield over there, and it did help him out. Both these players did have their chances. They did take those shots, but eventually it was just nothing breaking the ice.
Yeah, and I mean, we are going to see KG matches like these once in a while as well. It adds a little bit of realism to the sport as well. Like, not every match can be 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 goals being scored in each game. And when you have players who are equally good at what they're doing, particularly as both of them were very evenly matched in defense, I don't think it was any less interesting despite being a 1-all draw. So I think that's great.
And right now, before this electrifying match needs to get started, I think we need a little bit of breather, because we're all sort of baffled by what really happened. So we're going to be heading for a little one, because we've got a few things to fix. And once we are back, we're going to get this match all started off. Well, like they say, every good things take time, and we certainly did go for a break, but we are back and we're all riled up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching eISL powered by Coca-Cola, and we've of course yet to have our second game of our second series begin, and the two players that are in contention over here, Sagnik going up against V Sharma again. This is going to be another battle between the Titans themselves, because I've seen them in the past, and they are really good FIFA players, and of course the greats that the country has to offer. But like we had already discussed, right? Zim, it's gonna come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
Oh yeah, I mean we did see a couple of horrendous mistakes happen in the first game.
Yeah,
Less of a mistake from Varsi because there was nothing really he could do about it. But as we see the players back again, still some discussions going on with the FC Goa boys. But yeah, V Sharma always very focused, very calm, always with exceptional hair styling. And,
yeah.
yeah, I think headphones are on, and I think we should be ready to kick off anytime soon. There we go, pats on the back. Very
Wishing
nice
him luck.
camaraderie we've noticed between these two boys of Bengaluru FC. They, I think, enjoy each other's company. They like to, they even look quite similar at some
They're
points. And
brothers, I'm
finally,
telling
we
you.
have kicked off. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just brothers from different mothers, and the kind of camaraderie, like you said. But again, for now, well, Shagnik has got to fight it out all alone. He's got to get that win for his team. But is V Sharma going to let that happen? Because he's got to start off with a really explosive start, but we do see a
Yeah.
pause being queued. Quite
Yeah, maybe
unusual.
some last minute tactical changes that he forgot to put in while the game was being set up, or maybe just a controller change or something like that. But yeah, unfortunately, we aren't allowed to see these things because it is also displayed and visible to the players in there, so it'll be an unfair advantage to them. But yeah, I think we are pretty much ready to go. This is going to be a really, really exciting game. I expect. Again, I expect maybe one goal in it at max. I'm expecting maybe a 2-1 or a 3-2 kind of score line, but let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah, and this is where, Shagnik has got something inside of him. He's pressing in for an attack with Pele, passing it on
He's
to
worked that well. He
Ronaldo.
goes for a shot off the post immediately, and what a incredible start to this match. And Sagnik going very hard over there. Now on the counter attack, V Sharma, what's he going to do? Both players moving very, very quickly, not wasting much time, and now finally taking a breather because he does have to reset. And yeah, what a great start! Could have been a matter of inches over there. The difference between 0-0 and 1-0.
One of those days where you're not having a good day at
Oh,
the
this has
office.
worked brilliantly. There
Smart.
should be a goal. He overthinks it, and still V Sharma, the brilliantly worked. It's wide. Oh my goodness, it's all happening. What a crazy opening 10 minutes we've had.
Oh God, Azim. I mean, the players just having such a bad day. Both these players, they're building it up. They're getting the players inside the D box. They're going for fantastic shots. And the players that they have, it should be at the back of the net. But no. I mean, the gods of FIFA have a lot of other things planned in for, Bengaluru FC and FC Goa today. Because both these players, they're just going after each other.
Yeah, no, it's great to see that these guys have both come out with completely attacking intent, and the close control over there from V Sharma in the box was exceptional. We are going to see now. We do see Sagnik does enjoy using those custom runs, those player locks to unlock the defense. And now again, one-on-one, using a little bridge over there, not quite working. And now V Sharma on the counter attack, deciding not to go as direct as he has been going this time, gives the ball away. That's a very poor giveaway. So a little bit of nerves definitely on display over here, but a very, very intense start to the game, and both players looking like they are out there to, just take this game by the scruff of the neck, get an early goal, and it could have been 1-1 right now. It's just a bit of luck favoring both of the goalkeepers in this instance, and there should be a goal, and no, straight at the keeper. The finishing is just not happening for both of these boys right now, and you will see a shake of the head from Sagni. He can't believe that he's missed an absolute sitter over there. Maybe second guessing himself. Maybe it was a case of V Sharma just moving that keeper at the last minute to cover a post, taking a gamble, and it paid off for him.
And it's gonna get even more exciting. Both these players leaving no stones unturned, and V Sharma just trying to jiggle the ball around, and well, he's gotta get those passes right. He has been doing it for so long, but
He
he's gotta
had
find
another
that opening.
pass. He
Yeah.
had the opening over there, just didn't spot it. Maybe thought that it would be cut out by the defender. But end-to-end stuff, as the adage goes, it feels almost like a basketball match. You attack, we attack. Nothing in the middle, no real midfield battle to speak of. Although now, finally, I think Sagnik just wants to slow the game down just a little bit, get a little control of possession, start playing the game on his terms. But wow, what a intense start we've had. The far cry from the last game where there were almost no chances. And this should be a chance with Gullit. Goes for the shot, but again, that near post covered very well by V Sharma.
Wow, such a cutthroat competition, and again a good
And this
chance
is a
being
great ball in the
created.
box. Oh man, it is. I have not seen so many shots being taken without a goal so far in this tournament. It's all happening, and he got the timing on that header perfect. You saw the little
Yeah.
green marker around the player cursor. It did say that he had got it right, but Pele not the best header of the ball in the game. And of course, you are faced up against Van der Sar. He's going. I mean, if it's not in the corner, he's going to save it. So very, very fine margins over here, and great close control. You're seeing excellent stuff. A little fake Rabona over there, making space, and now going back again to just reset. This is very, very high quality play from both players, and as I say, that commentator scores gives the ball away from a simple pass.
I mean, well, the way this game has been going, it's so cutthroat. And this is what we had anticipated, right? It's so much more elevated. You can sense all the flavors coming out from both these teams, and attacks being built up, good defenses. This is everything that a FIFA fan could ask for.
Yeah, and again on the counter attack, little short in numbers up top over there. That's a great little turn using Cruyff. Now he has the opportunity. Now he has a little bit of an overload. Passes it straight into the opponent. Wow, I think maybe there's a situation where there's a little magnetic field that's pulling the analog sticks away from where they're supposed to be going, because very, very uncharacteristic errors being made by both players today.
Yeah, and errors being made, chances being created, but still, one thing common with the first game is the deadlock. That hasn't been broken. We're still yet to see the first one being scored in, and that would be phenomenal. That would be absolutely a cracker of a shot. But again, V Sharma taking his chances, building up the attack from the center, from the middle area, not from the wings that we've seen a lot of players trying to do.
This could be a chance. Nope. Again, they're reading each other. Whatever the other is trying to do inside that penalty box, they're able to read it perfectly. Clearly, they've been watching videos of each other playing in other games. Of course, V Sharma has had a little bit more footage to have a look at because Bengaluru have played 2 games so far. But yeah, a little bit of advice being offered by Afnan, and Hair just hiding himself behind his hair. He can't believe he hasn't scored. I'm sure that Shagnik can't believe that he hasn't scored either. So very close battle. You can't call this either way.
And it feels like, as if these are two magnets, of the same polarity, sort of trying to repel each other every single time. Whatever the other one is putting up, there is some sort of a response for that. And shots are being taken, but still the players are being a little unlucky over there. Woodwork finishes, and everything. It's all the drama that goes on in the real Hero ISL that has been sort of replicated over here. It feels so natural. The players are playing, and this is where Varsi is trying to provide whatever support he can provide to Shagnik, because from what we've really seen, V Sharma is kind of preferring not to play a lot from the wings. He's going for a passing game to from the center, and we've got a really constricted defense even for Shagnik, just to repel that. So we've got to see if they've made any changes. But for now, V Sharma having a good possession of the ball.
Yeah, V Sharma, it does look that his formation is set up in a way to attack from the center. He likes to have those 2 center forwards. He's playing a 4-4-2 diamond. And in the break we did see Sagnik having a little bit of a revelation about something to do with the controller. It's a great ball played behind, and a brilliant recovery there using Maldini. But I do think that Sagnik has made some kind of subtle tweaks to his controller settings. Maybe there was something not right where he was not feeling it. Oh, and what is that pass? What has he done? He's given it straight to Pele. Oh my goodness! Oh, he's offside.
Oh,
That looked for a moment like Sagnik. I mean, that V Sharma had just passed the ball straight to his opponent, but thankfully for him, that offside flag going up.
yeah. I mean, had that not been offside, I'm pretty sure Sagnik would have scored on that one. But still, nothing broken over here for either of these teams. And there you go. Again, V Sharma, classic short passing and trying to play around the ball, find that opening. But again, there you go, going out for a goal kick. The pass could not have been collected over there by his teammate. But this time, Sagnik trying to build up his own attack. And we've got to see if this comes into fruition. Because at this point, the way these two players are going up against each other, another offside being called
Oh,
over
and
here,
he's
but
given
has
it
been
straight
stolen.
to him. Yeah, and again, now he needs to get his shape back because that was a very uncharacteristic mistake. We've seen so many little errors in this game. I don't know whether it's nerves, I don't know whether it's controller settings, I don't know what's going on today between all four players. But seems very uncharacteristic, and yeah, just a bad giveaway again over there. And you see Bengaluru FC, they are queuing a substitution or maybe a controller change or something. But something has got to give. So there needs to be something to break this deadlock. Could this be the moment? Again, taking his time. It's a poor ball again, and just completely deadlocked. You can't call this one way or the other because both players, the moment they think they have it, they look like they have it in the bag. They make a poor mistake. But this time he's got round the right flank, and
Oh,
again a very poor pass.
yeah. I mean, he could have been a little bit more patient with the ball, right? He could have, waited for a right opening, but that was not the case. A counter attack being built up by V Sharma. He has the numbers as well. He's got to get that one pass right, and he's searching for that one opening. If he does manage to do that, we finally see one goal being scored. But V Sharma, he's gonna take all the time in the world.
Oh, this
Could
has
be a
worked
goal.
well, and again well saved. As Sagnik is going to make some changes now. Looks like maybe a change in personnel, maybe a change in system. Maybe he might change his system to mirror what V Sharma is doing and go for the diamond himself. He's asking his teammate for some opinions over there. There is a lot of communication in that camp. Obviously, I think both of them are sort of equals in that team. In FC Goa, you do see V Sharma as more of the leader, as a more experienced guy. Afnan, relatively newer member of the competitive FIFA circuit. So obviously learning as he goes with every game.
Yeah, and I think he's still got to get past his own horrors, right? He's been, like we said, he's been having those butterflies all the time that he's got to play in, and you've got to start saying goodbye to all those players because once, twice, thrice, maybe the next showdown we finally see Afnan in all his glory because I've seen this lad play online and he's so freaking good, and it sort of hurts me that it's cannot really be replicated when he's inside the studios, right? And again, after such tough years, these players after such a long time, it's gonna take some time. So, we've, but at that being said, you can't really miss out on a lot of games because we're still waiting for Afnan to actually explode.
Yeah, and we do see now that V Sharma has gone for a subtle change in formation. You're going to see him building up more from the wide areas now because he has gone for a 4-4-2. There you go. He's using Eusebio on the wings. And going back now, of course, the pitfall to that is that you can, of course, use the wings more, but then there's less people to pass to when you reach that byline. So again, this time it's all about that right pass,
Oh,
and that is the right pass. No, it's not the right pass. Defense is totally on top over here today, and I think this is a pattern. Obviously, hopefully not that we're going to see more nil-nils, but we are going to see that players will soon start figuring out and start reading how their opponents have been playing based on earlier games, and they are going to all now start to adapt and change things up just a little bit, just a few subtle changes to how they approach the game because it is half of this game is skill, yes, and the other half is, mentally defeating your opponent, the mind games, knowing where they're going to be, knowing what they're going to do, and making sure that they don't know what you are going to do.
Yeah, kind of a game like chess, right? You could
Yeah.
think 2 steps ahead, and yeah, like you said, the players are slowly, definitely gonna start getting conditioned to what they've been put to, and I think that can also be the case against Chennai and FC. They've been looking so good, but up until the point someone comes and beats them, but a good
Oh,
chance by
that's well done.
Sagnik.
Is he going to go for that cutback? Surely this is
Go
the goal.
for
What
it!
a save!
Oh,
What an
no!
incredible save! It's Edwin van der Sar to the rescue, and somehow this game is still level. This is crazy.
Oh, this is horrendous. At this point, oh god, oh
You
god.
can see Sagnik is just laughing after that. He can't believe that's not a goal.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if V Sharma scores one in, then it's going to be so disheartening. But, well, a good chance has been created. Still in
Just
pursuit.
look at how compact that defense is. He's reduced the defensive width so much. There's just no channels for V Sharma to pass into. There's nothing he can do apart from maybe push that ball wide and see what he can do. V Sharma's best chance, I feel, is going to be if he can score on a counter attack. This is going to be, we see Sagnik is slowing the game down. He's preparing for this to be the last attack. And now V Sharma just has to defend for everything he's worth and try to take this this entire series down to the last match.
Yeah, I think this is where we're going to get our answers, right? The co-op game. Maybe that is where we see a decider, because from the stoppage time that has already...
hang on. He's
Last
worked
chance.
this well. He's got into the box. This is pretty much last chance saloon. Yeah, he's going to clear it. He has to clear it.
Yeah.
And it is 0-0. Our first 0-0 of the series, but not a 0-0 without incident. It's just the craziest things have happened in this game. I would love to see the expected goal stat on the FIFA stat sheet right now, because that must be off the charts. I'm sure it's like 3-2 based on expected goals, but somehow 0-0.
I still like the vibes coming out from Bengaluru FC. They managed to pull out a draw, but they're still confident because their co-op games have been going really well. They've been looking good. They've been putting up some good fights, and the last time they faced off against Naveen and Sharansh, of course, that time they were beaten 3-0 in that co-op game. But again, I still believe in them, because we've seen them in the past. We know they know how to hold their grounds off because against, I think, against another team, we'll gotta check on that.
I think it was 80K Mohan Bagan, if I'm not who they had played.
Yeah,
in
they
co-op.
still managed to win 1-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that was also, it was a very scrappy kind of win. They were almost apologetic about the goal that went in at the end of it. But now I think it's drawing a lot more focus, and it's a little bit more glaring that error that Afnan made leading to the goal, which just gifted Varsi the goal and the point, could really come back to bite them in this game. He'll be hoping not. He'll be hoping, of course, that they can pull off the win in the co-op game, because I think over here Sagnik had a lot of great chances, and just a goalkeeper on tremendous form for
both the
teams.
goalkeepers, yeah. I mean, they were doing such a stellar job, and everything that you put at them, they had some sort of an answer. Even V Sharma created quite some openings, but then again, the discussion has to come down to this, right? We could see the pattern of play being there. We did see V Sharma trying to play a lot around the centers, and as a reply, Shagnik did have all his players stationed around the central areas, some really compact defending. So, in terms of situations like that, how do you adapt and how do you adjust? Azim, do you play around the wings, or is there some way other out?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously does get very, when the opponent decides to go very defensive, where they go, with a very, very narrow width, and they decide to go with a drop back. It does get difficult, and that's where really your one-on-one skill is very, very important, because it's then about beating your opponent one-on-one, and then that's how you create the chance, because you're not going to create space by moving defenders around, because there's just so many of them. They're like, when you're defending in numbers with almost 6 or 7 players back on defense, it's very hard to pass through them. So you can go wide, you can try to cross the ball, but again, especially in the meta that these guys are playing, you don't really have players like a guy like unless you have like a Cristiano Ronaldo or someone in there to win those headers. only then can you use those tactics. Otherwise, if you have Pele or Eusebio in there, we did see a header in there from Pele as well, which was fairly easily mopped up by the goalkeeper. But if you'd had maybe Cristiano Ronaldo in that situation, it would have been a different story.
Maybe a lot of ifs and buts over here going on, because right now I think both the fans of Bengaluru FC and FC Goa, they're gonna be so excited, so happy for what they're seeing. This is football, right? At the very best, the team so evenly contested. We are yet to find someone being better. But again, on the disappointing part of things, I really expected the players to commit less mistakes, right? This is not them at their usual days, giving up the ball away, especially in the first game. We could not see a lot of mistakes being made in the second game, however. But still, I think Afnan and Warsi are yet to make the cut. All right, they've got to work out on a lot of things, and it has all got to do with their LAN presence, right? Warsi again being the more experienced person than Afnan, but still he's got to get past his fear. I do not know what really went because wrong for them, because we've got to actually imagine if this goes out for a draw, could we have both the teams to come out and talk, because that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great to get the perspectives of both players, and we've kicked off, and of course this is basically the decider. It's winner takes all, it's drawer takes draw. I mean, is that a saying? I don't know, but basically it's all about this. Whatever the outcome of this game is, the outcome of the tie. And we have seen that B Sharma and Afnan have shown glimpses of very good coordination. They're both very skilled players, as we see over here. Hopefully less mistakes from the two of them. Very aggressive at the start. They want to shift them around. They want to make them work on defense. That's well worked. Again, he can't quite find the ball. Will he go for a shot? Nope. Being patient, that's well held by whoever it was. Unfortunately, with the white markers, we can't tell who the player is. Goes for the shot. And this is lovely close control. That's a great ball and has to be a goal. Oh, that's beautifully worked by FC Goa. And I would love to have had the player cams on them right now, because I'm sure they're celebrating. That's a beautiful goal.
Yeah, and this is where Afnan starts feeling in the zone, right? When he's got his brother in arms, V Sharma with him, and finally a goal coming out, and that too in such a good fashion. The receiving, the first touch, the switch around, then taking the shot. I mean, he made it look so easy.
Yeah, and this is the first. I mean, this is the longest we've had to wait for a goal since we've started the eISL 5 days ago. So it's a nice relief to know that these guys have not forgotten how to score. And I expect, I expect both teams to now, open the floodgates a little bit, because now that Bengaluru FC, they're a goal down. They know they have to attack. And you'll see that reflected in their play as well. And obviously, with them attacking, it creates more opportunities for FC Goa to hit them on the counter attack. So, definitely going to see more goals in this game.
It's going to be so much more technical from here on. But of course, Bengaluru FC trying to create those openings a little bit too hard of a touch, and goes away to FC Goa, who apparently have been having a really good run lately. They've managed to score one in pursuit of the second.
Yeah, and being patient over there, being smart again, they want to take their time building up the play, because once you have the lead, you have overall control of the game. You dictate the pace of the game. If you want it to be played quick, it will be played quick. If you want to slow it down, then the opponent has to play it at your pace. And a giveaway over there, this could be a chance. If they get a second over here, that could... He had the opportunity for the pass, didn't quite spot it. Maybe not the best communication over there, because if I was his teammate, I would have been screaming at him, saying, please, ball dal de, I have an open shot on goal. But yeah, this time he's played the right pass. Oh, lovely backheel. This would be a spectacular goal if it comes off, but it doesn't. Lovely interplay between the FC Goa boys over there. And now on the counter attack, this is where BFC are going to be dangerous, because they have to score now. Let's see if they can match the lovely little intricate patterns of play that FC Goa have produced right now. But yeah, very, very intense, very, very end-to-end stuff. You can see complete focus on the faces of all four boys down there. And this has been well worked. Will he go wide? He does, but unfortunately, player completely out of position there.
I'm loving how they're playing in tandem with each other, right? They prepared for those back heels. I think they would have definitely practiced all those moves, back when they were at the hotels, and it clearly replicates or clearly shows, right, the fruits of their labor. They've been working hard, especially in that WOP, and it's in every tournament. We've got a few teams that are individually very strong. We've got a few teams that are strong together as a team, and FC Goa definitely is one of that. But against a team that could actually shock them or surprise them has to be Bengaluru FC, considering the way they've been playing. A little bit, teamwork missing. But again, if they can work that around on the go, it might be good to go.
Yeah, and I've just been watching the man marking that they're doing across the two of them. Very, very aggressive with how they've been marking, and a very good positional sense shown by both players in FC Goa. They seem to know what they're doing. He had the opportunity for the through ball, decided to go for the safer option. It's okay, no harm done. Where you can afford to do that when you're in the lead. But there was a huge opportunity to get that ball in behind over there, and that's a lovely little dummy, and he's through. Depends on whether the defense gets back in. That's lovely individual skill again. Overplayed it just slightly. Had the opening but turned back into trouble, and now on the counter attack. Let's see if Bengaluru FC win that first ball. They do, but again, very, very well defended by FC Goa.
Oh, this is getting so much more exciting from here onwards. Again, just that one goal lead, but it's not going to come down to anything at all over here, considering how these how these four lads, in fact, are playing. I'm just waiting for when are the boys from Bengaluru FC they're going to score. But right now, you've got FC Goa keeping the pressure on, building the attack. This time a little bit, width being added up, playing around the flanks a little bit, around the wings a little bit, building up the play. And
that could be a good ball, but again, well defended again. The positional sense of both players and how they work in tandem, especially when they're off the ball. If you just look at the two white cursors, they're very efficiently covering off all the passes that the player has available. Like you see one going wide, one staying central, making sure that the forward pass, the more destructive pass, is always blocked off. And that one over there has worked out reasonably well. Now it's about blocking that cutback that's well worked and just about surviving over there.
Oh, indeed. And now,
it's a little. I do feel a lot of the players sometimes are a bit hesitant to shoot with the midfielders, as there's a giveaway over there, and we'll be thanking the stars over there. I do feel some of the players are a little hesitant when it comes to taking a shot with a player like Gullit. But I mean, we've seen the previous game. Just take a chance, buddy. It's going to fly in.
Even if it's completely timed wrong, it's still gonna go inside a goal. So I mean, this is it, right? When whatever you're trying to put on the table is not working, your preparations that you've done, the opponent has done a really good job at keeping it off. You've got to make those switches on the go, right? You've got to change things up a little bit. Should not shy away from taking a few long shots, because they're getting there, right? They're getting just outside the D area. They're getting those little openings. If they could, try to get a finish one in and have the right player on it, that is going to be really important. And luckily, one shot might just slip by, and that is exactly what would get Bengaluru FC back in the game.
Yeah, and both these guys again, they're looking very determined. They want getting a bit of water on board. Looking reasonably calm, although V Sharma just before this looked like he was having a little bit of a anxiety attack, but I'm sure inside he's pretty calm.
Yeah.
But it is a hard game to hold on over here with when you're playing against guys like Sagnik and Varsi. One goal lead is never really enough.
Of course, and we're still waiting to see, the boys from Bengaluru FC. They've been really determined, very hardworking lads, very responsive, and seeing them at this position hurts me a little bit. But again, may the better team win, of course. And FC Goa so far in this game have been the better team. Bengaluru, they've been opening up chances. This possibly could be one, but
just need to be a little quicker, need to play a little bit more on instinct, these guys. Obviously, you want to try to pass to the player as he finally makes a way through, but again, Ruud Gullit in the right position at the right time, and that's a bit of a risky pass he's made over there. Just get it out. Just get it out. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That'll work out.
That's
I think
fine.
he was not expecting it to be hit with such power, but well controlled either way. And yeah, now that's a safe throw. Well done, picking the right option over there. They just have to avoid FC Goa. They've been burnt by this before. They need to avoid the stupid mistakes that can just put all their hard work, take all the hard work and rip it all up. And yeah, it's very, very cagey right now. They're trying repeatedly that ball in behind, but so far FC Goa has been
This
able
could
to
be a good
repel
one.
it. Now it's about what does he want to do? Does he want to?
He's kind of looking unsure.
Lost the ball. Yeah, because I think he was looking for a player, he was looking for a pass to make, but just nobody in the vicinity. So he had to like take a step, dribble a bit, try to create space. And again, like these positions are the ones that are just so dangerous for FC Goa. When they're facing their own goal, you don't want to make a stupid error that costs you the entire game. And on the counter attack again, that was almost a good tackle, and just leaving one in there just for good measure. Ruud Gullit, he's had a complete all-action day, Mr. Gullit, in today's day 5 of the eISL.
He's got to do so much, right? Of course, score a screamer, do a lot of defending, do a lot of things that you would not expect from the midfielder.
Yeah.
But he's been fairly keeping up. He's been stellar, to be honest. But again, at this point, Azim, imagine if you were the coach of Bengaluru FC, what would your advice be for these lads? To get that equalizer and then maybe try for the winner. What would you say?
I think it would be to pass quicker. I think they're taking a lot of time to decide where they want to pass and how they want to build their move. I think just make things a little quicker. Obviously, it becomes more difficult for you as players, but it also becomes more difficult for the opposition to figure out what you're doing, because again, you're relying on much less of the AI to do the defending for you and more on your individual coordination. That's a poor pass. It was an easy opportunity for a ball over there. And now Bengaluru FC, they need to less of this and more direct passing for me. Like because they're getting screened off by the midfield very well, and that is testament to how FC Goa are defending.
Oh,
And
this could be good.
that's what you want to avoid, those cheap giveaways. And now it's a one-on-one. It's defended well enough, but they can't afford more than one or two of those, because they will be punished eventually. Because again, we are talking about some of the best players in the country. Again, a poor giveaway. Think the nerves getting to both sets of players right now, because it's all dependent on this game. And it's the first time actually that we're going into a co-op game as the decider of a tie. So it's a different pressure for them, because there's no, if it's just one player, you can be
I
under
think
pressure. You have a second guy giving a team talk, but over here it's both of you in this together.
I think FC Goa have been in this situation before against Jamshedpur FC, and they managed to clutch it out.
Oh yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, Akash had absolutely decimated Afnan, and
Yes,
after
of
that he
course.
recovered so well. So that is
Yeah.
one thing, about FC Goa, that their co-op games are surprisingly better. We did see
Oh,
those,
that's a lovely
res-
back kick. Now can he make it count? It's 2 versus 1. It's about making the right decision. He's made the right decision, but overhit the pass. Oh, that could have been lights out for Bengaluru FC, but they're still in it. And now on the counter attack, let's see what they can do. It's just so nerve-wracking over here. And he's in. Surely he has to score over here. And it's saved! Van der Sar having the night of his life.
Azim, what did we sign up for? My
Oh
chair's
my
gonna break.
goodness.
This thing
This
is
is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. And again, now going for the counter attack. He just needs to play that ball. He's played it perfectly. Will he bring the keeper out? No, he's keeping him there. Surely this has to just go into the top corner. It does. And that surely now is the game you have to feel for Varsi and Sagvik, because they were so close. And this is the second time that's happened to Sagvik, where 9 out of 10 times that shot is in the back of the net, but it's been saved.
He's done.
And it's
Ho
just,
gaya.
I don't know what's happened.
Ho
These
gaya.
guys are just like, I don't know. I think they've thrown their controllers away at this point.
At this point we're done. We don't want to play anymore. Enough of having so much of high octane FIFA right here. But V Sharma finally, just managing to rustle around his hairs, and he knows finally maybe it's just in the bag. But again, Afnan, uh, we've got to talk about him. He's again under the weather a little bit because he needs to get boosted up, right? He certainly looks so much nervous, even after having this two-goal lead, even after knowing that they've secured those 3 pointers. He's not happy.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're not going to be completely over it and calm until that final whistle is blown. So, and he's been in this position before. He's had a lead and he's blown it in his individual game. So obviously, there's going to be nerves, and now it's going to be full on, all out attack from Bengaluru FC. You know that's what it's going to be. So they're going to be defending on complete overdrive right now. A little bit of a tactical talk happening while the goal kick happens. There are just a few instructions from V Sharma to just calm Afnan down. Also tell him what his role is. And you can see the player who's always defending more aggressively, the more rapid movements is Afnan, because that's the style in which he likes to defend, and the more measured movements are from V Sharma. And again, they're looking for that counter attack. He finds the through ball. He has the pass in the middle. He has two passes in the middle right now. They could finish this off completely with the right decision. Not taken the decision yet. That's fine. In fact, you can just keep the ball and waste a little bit of time. That's absolutely fine. They have played it now. And is the cutback going to come? No, it doesn't. And still they have the ball. This is complete pinball. What are they doing? Do they want to score? What's happening?
Oh, it's just V Sharma right now, toying around with the players. But I'm pretty much sure it's game over for Bengaluru FC as 86 minutes have passed by.
I mean, if they get a goal here, something could happen because there's just about enough time for one more attack for them. And nope, I don't think it's going to happen. It does look like FC Goa are going to make it 2 out of 2. That's an excellent ball played forward. Lovely little flick. Can they finish off in style? He does have a man over at the far post if he goes for the cross. He does go for it, and that's it. That's the game. FC Goa stealing this one. I mean, the 3-0 really flatters them because this has been an absolutely nerve-wracking encounter for pretty much close to 80 minutes. But yeah, I think on the whole, Bengaluru FC are going to feel pretty hard done by because there have been moments where they've been so close to stealing a result.
Yes.
And just been, defeated by a goalkeeper, a post. It's been
The
a bit of an
woodwork.
unfortunate day for them,
Yeah.
but they've played well. They can hold their heads up high. And are we going to see further insult to injury now with a fourth goal, or will they be nice and just keep it in the corner? Yeah, that's it.
That's
pretty much it. Game over. And wow, that was
Wow.
super intense.
Indeed, it was. It was. And of course, the final nail in the coffin being delivered by FC Goa as they've managed to win yet another series, or by the virtue of the third game, the co-op battle between, of course, Bengaluru FC, who again put up quite a fight. But I must say, more than that, they've had a bad day again. The last time also they did come off against, Chennai FC. They were looking so good. And the difference that was not too much, but again I think it's the co-op games that Varsi and Sagnik need to work a little bit, because individually it all came down to making those small little mistakes that were sort of co-op capitalized for Varsi. But we could see the skill discrepancy in the FC Goa matchup against Bengaluru FC in the co-op game, right? That is where we felt that yes, FC Goa were definitely a better team, not just in terms of those 3 goals that were scored, but in terms of the chances that were created. And I really again felt that the countermeasures were not just taken by Bengaluru FC today.
Yeah, I mean, Bengaluru did attack a lot. They created a lot of chances. They were very unfortunate, in fact,
Yeah.
for that scoreline to not be 1-1 in that moment. And then, that's typically how football works. When you're all-out attack, you get hit on the counter-attack. It's 2-0. Suddenly, it's 3-0. And the game suddenly looks very different to what it did maybe just a couple of minutes ago.
And this definitely is going to be reflected in the scorecards that we have in front of us. So there you go, 3 points earned in again for FC Go, as they've really had a good start now. inside the eISL, playing the games against Jamshedpur FC. They managed to edge that one out, and this time also doing the job. And Afnan, of course, this time scored one, but Warsi also did score one. Of course, it was a giveaway. Could have been a different story
Yeah.
altogether. It came down to the third game. It all boiled down to this, in which Afnan and V Sharma showing up that they are the better duo, did prevail supreme.
Yeah, and FC Goa slowly building themselves as a reputation of the the comeback team, the last minute team, the clutch team, because they save everything for the last the last 10 minutes of the final game. So very I think a lot of anxiety for all the FC Goa fans who are watching, but getting the job done. So great stuff.
Yeah, we almost had a heart attack, right? The way things were going on, so many chances being created. But right now, let's go and take a look at what the flamboyant boy from FC Goa has to say, as we have an exclusive interview lined up with V Sharma. There you go again. He's getting used to it, and congratulations on this amazing victory again.
Thank you, thank you. It was a hard-fought victory, of course, and our co-op is very good, to be honest, and our board matches were very tough, the 1v1s, but our co-op is actually very good. Afnan is very good in co-op. He gives me those balls in the box, which I finish, and it's all to Afnan in co-op.
Superb. And just how surprised were you? There was that one moment in your game where Sagnik must have thought he had scored, and somehow your Van der Sar pulled out an arm. Did you do anything over there? Had you moved your keeper to cover the far post, or was just that one of those things that happens?
No, no, I did not move my Van der Sar. I was blank over there. Van der Sar did it on his own. I was also surprised how Van der Sar saved that. It was Van der Sar for the clutch.
Sort of coming into this tie, this we all knew that this is going to be such a difficult one, right? But what were the preps going on? What was your initial game plan, and how did Shagnik do a really good job at countering you off? Because we were really expecting that someone is going to edge pass by, but it sort of ended with the deadlock not being broken.
Yeah, it was me versus Sagnik was very defensive. He was very good at defending me, and he was reading my gameplay, to be honest. I was not able to get through his defense, but I was not also letting him go through. But of course, Van der Sar, our game plan was that to not let it go to co-op because we were still not confident after the first match day, but we somehow clutched it in co-op too.
And you did that in style. But before we let you go, one last question. We've been seeing Afnan having a little bit of issues, getting acquainted with the entire environment. He's been a little bit nervous lately. So, do you think he's gonna bounce back stronger? Because those that one game against his opponent, he could have fairly not given that goal away. I think we've seen him online, right? He's pretty good as a player, but these are those mistakes that you tend to commit in LAN. So, how is he feeling mentally right now?
Of course, Afnan is a fabulous player. I've played him online and at LAN events, and he's just a bit nervous, I feel. He's still picking up. He's one of the best players I've seen. So he'll
Yeah.
give him 2-3 matches. He'll pick up. Of course, he played very well today. Defensive wise and of course attacking wise too. 2-3 match days and he'll pick up. Of course, I believe in him.
Or even we do hope, and so do your fans. But right now, we're gonna let you go party it out. You've got a long league ahead, and well, have a good night.
Thank you.
Take care,
You
buddy.
too. Have a good night.
So there you have. I mean, I could feel him shaking, right? Even he could not
Yeah.
believe that this game came down to that final one. And yeah, rightfully said. I think their co-op has to be the best in the league so far.
Yeah, I mean, we did see some exceptional play from Jamshedpur yesterday as well. And we've seen Chennai and FC do a good co-op. So yeah, I think co-op, when it comes to co-op, these have been the three best teams that we've seen so far. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the rest of the teams. We still have two teams that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, again for the boys from Bengaluru FC, a little bit of a disappointing one. I'm pretty sure they're gonna work things out. Both Varsi and Sagnik being two amazing players. Again, just was not the day. So many chances were created. Wood were goalkeepers making those incredible saves, but that is the drama that we all love for. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with all our games for the evening. We're gonna call it a night. We will be back soon. Till then, have a good night.
You.